Cool. Hey guys, what's up? Evilzombie here. Welcome back to the Probably Something Terrible D&D adventure. So, let's see, I think this is part 8 or something of this recording sessions. Yep, but last time they defeated, victoriously, the dragons.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, they led an army to basically wipe out a horde. So, now we're going to deal with the aftermath, and they're going to continue and see if there's any more survivors.
All right.
At least that's where we left off.
That was one of the things on my list. I have a list of things that kind of all have to happen within pretty close succession.
Perfect.
All right. I want to... I mean, I imagine Brimlick's already doing this anyway, but I want to make sure that, there is search parties going out looking for survivors, people who hold up, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, you definitely see him heading over to where the castle is. There's a few people going inside there. There's another small group of dwarves going into off to the side to the right of the castle. There's what looks like an archway with a tunnel going down. You see some heading over there.
Awesome.
I'm also going to roll the big D20 just to see what's going to happen. See, this is a DM roll. I normally set a difficulty curve with this. I rolled a 14.
A farteen.
A 14. Everything smells bad for the rest of the game. And everybody has to deal with the crap.
Although I imagine it does smell pretty foul in there, considering that I gave that green dragon an emergency colonoscopy.
It definitely smells.
I was a little bit proud of that moment, I'm not going to lie.
You guys murdered that thing so hard. He died very hard. Bruce Willis would be giving you up the name of his movie for that. Die Hard.
I'm just jazzed that I beat an adult green dragon on an intimidation check.
Yeah, you just rocked that. That was funny. You scared the adult green dragon thanks to him being so focused on that wand and seeing you just decimate the ancient one. That kind of broke his will.
Yeah. Speaking of the ancient green dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. At the end of the last session, you mentioned that there would be clerics around doing healing and stuff like that, like with the dwarven army, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to track down one of those clerics, if I can, just real quick.
Okay, you find one pretty easily. There's a couple of them around the area.
Mm-hmm.
You see him. He's dressed in robes. He has a hat that looks kind of like what's it called? A nun's, like the weird hat they have that goes down.
Oh, kind of like a habit?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you see him wearing that. He has a staff, and he has it looks like looks like plate mail on for armor, and it's gold.
Okay. So I'll walk up to him and just say, "Hail, Master Dwarf. I wanted to ask you a question, if I could."
Oh yes, hey, how can I help you?
You wouldn't happen to have a spell called Speak with Dead prepared, would you?
I'm gonna roll to see if he does. Let's say if he gets above a 12, then he does.
All right.
He rolled a 3.
Damn it.
No, unfortunately, I do not. Didn't think I'd need to be talking to many of the dead here. It wouldn't be appropriate, you see.
Yeah. I
don't think many of them would want to talk about how they died.
Sure. I thought maybe if any of them had any last messages for loved ones that they couldn't deliver or something like that, it might be, an option. Are there any other of your brethren around who may have that spell? The dragon said something before I murdered it, and I want to get some answers.
Oh yes, let me go see if I can find one of the other brothers.
Thank you.
So you see him disappear for a minute into it's a gigantic crowd of dwarves just kind of swarming the city.
Sure.
Like they're just everywhere. But you can since you can clearly see over all of their heads, you definitely see a staff off in the distance, and you see this one staff just waddling through the horde of them until it gets to the other one for a second. Then you see it smack down on the other one real quick, like on top of what looks like their head, and then they both start walking back.
Okay, they both start walking back.
Looks like he smacked him with the stick.
Nice. I will pretend to have not seen that.
Alright, so they let's see. That one you saw comes back, and then the other one who's dressed in bronze plate armor, and he has holy symbols on his armor. He comes kind of. Well, it's not really waddling. He looks like he might have drunk a little bit. So he's a little bit inebriated. What's the word? Inebriated? Inebriated.
He's loose. He's loose.
He's loose.
Okay.
He's walking like Jack Sparrow right now, and he's definitely using the staff to walk a little bit.
Gotcha. All right. So I'll turn to the new one and say, "Hail, Master Cleric. I was hoping to have a chat with our deceased draconian friend here."
He says, "Oh, I definitely can. I can definitely help you out with that, sir. Blessings be on you. Let me take a look. Which end do you want to speak to?
Blessings to you as well."
He looks at it, he says, which end do you want to speak to?
One.
Oh, yes, of course. He walks from the butt over to the head. And then he says, "Just step back a second. I don't want to have any ill effects on you while I'm concentrating, you see." So they see him put his hands up, and then they start glowing a little bit. He puts them on it, and then you can converse with it.
All right. As he's getting ready and like doing the spell and whatever, I want to put on my invisibility cloak just real quick.
Okay.
Cast Zone of Truth on the dragon.
Okay.
Like just create the Zone of Truth right there. And then because I'm doing it from hidden, he has to make the save with disadvantage.
Yeah, I was about to ask that. Okay, what was the save on it?
I think.
Are you doing it on the ancient or the adult?
The ancient, and it's a charisma saving throw against my DC, so that's 15.
The DC 15.
Wait, is it charisma or wisdom? I can never remember. If only I had it written down. Oh, wait, I do. But not here.
Okay, he has a plus 11 to his charisma.
Okay.
Oh, I'm going to use this dice. Why not? He rolled an 8 plus 11, so it's going to be 19.
Disadvantage?
Oh, yeah, I forgot disadvantage. That one's a 19. Let's see what the second one is. He rolled a 16. Plus 11, 27.
Okay, so the other one's going to be better.
The adults would probably be easier than the ancient.
Sure. Yeah, it's a charisma saving throw. Okay, so I had it right. Okay, so Zone of Truth fails.
And then I think with that, he knows that you did Zone of Truth on him, right?
I
think they're aware.
I know if he passes or not.
No, I think it's charmed where they know. Yeah.
It says, an affected creature is aware of the spell and can thus avoid answering questions to which it would normally lie. It doesn't say anything about if it makes the save.
Oh, okay. So if it doesn't mention, if it doesn't mention it, then I don't think he would even bother, that he would even notice then. Because it doesn't specify it. Normally they're pretty good about that.
Yeah. So I'm pulling up the wording on Speak with Dead just so We have that correct.
Okay. Let me pull that up too.
Sneak with dead. Blah, 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 blah. Corpse must still have a mouth and can't be undead. Blah, blah, blah. Until the spell ends, you can ask the corpse up to 5 questions. The corpse only knows what it knew in life, including the languages it knew. Answers are usually brief, cryptic, or repetitive, and the corpse is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer if you are hostile to it or it recognizes you as an enemy. So that's why I was trying the Zone of Truth.
Yeah, and you also used your invisibility cloak so he doesn't see you.
Yeah.
You're still wearing that?
No, once I know that the spell ended, that the spell doesn't work.
Oh, the Zone of Truth,
put my cloak back away, and I'll talk to it normally, I guess.
Okay.
Alright. So, I'm going to talk to a lizard. And my speaker is messing up. Like, it's doing that kind of tinny vibrating thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The cable might be loose. Or it might be up too high?
No, it's definitely not up too high, because, kids are trying to sleep.
Yeah. There's always a chance that the tweeter could be going out. That's the little speaker that does the higher noises. Oh, your sound is gone. Can you hear me? Huh. I do not hear you at all. Should we redo the call again? Cut it and retry it? Okay, 1 second. Okay.
Hello?
Hey, I can hear you now.
All right.
I
won't touch anything. I'll just deal with it.
For some reason, it worked.
All right.
Okay. Sorry about the sound not working. But okay, so what were you going to ask this dragon?
I want to ask why it wanted my sword. Basically, like that's just kind of. It was saying like, "Oh, I want your sword," and I'm just like, "No, I'm gonna murder your face." But I want to know now that it's already dead. I want to know why. I want to know who it was working for.
All right, let me get this button.
And that's just me telling you as the DM, and then in character we'll play it out.
My God demands it.
Who is your god? Who is your god?
She is the queen who rules over all chromatic dragons.
Queen over all chromatic dragons.
She is the one of many heads.
Where can I find your queen?
Okay, so you'll get a kind of a sense of joy almost coming from him as he says this next part.
Okay.
To find her, you can literally go to hell.
Alright. Hook is unfazed at this point. It's like, I've already been. It didn't suit me. Give me a name. I want a name. Who is your queen? And just for good measure, I point the wand at him.
The one you fear, or should fear, is called Tiamat.
Okay. That's 5 questions. Spell ends.
I've got my settings back.
That's awesome.
So that should be fun.
All right.
I mean, you guys are getting so strong that I literally have to throw gods at you.
Yeah. I mean, you've already thrown a god-killing demon at us, so...
True. There's some fun things, hopefully, in the works.
Alright, so... Fun things in the works. I have a name, which, thanks to my handy-dandy map, I now can get an exact Google location on her. Okay. So, again, just for good measure, I flip off the deceased dragon once again. I give my thanks to the Dwarven Cleric who helped me out with that. And then I need to go and find Shadeleaf.
Okay. So you see her looking up and down the dragon. She's behind the same dragon you're next to. And she's running back and forth across it, and you see her climb up on top of him, use the scales to climb up higher, and try and pull one of the ridges off of his back.
Awesome. Let's see, I think I'm out of spell slots, or close to it anyway. I don't have my exact thing in front of me right this second. But I know I haven't used my teleportation gourd today. And I did find out it is once per day.
Okay. And, yeah, you have not used it. At least not today, no.
So, no, not today. So I'll chuck the gourd up there and just kind of appear next to her.
Okay, you chuck it up there. She's like 20 feet higher than you, even though the dragon's laying down, because it's just a really big dragon. You pop up next to her. Dragon. She slips a little bit, falls onto the back of the dragon. Oh, you're still here. I'm not taking anything from this. I mean, we might be able to find some way to make this more fun. I am hoping I can
That's exactly what I wanted to talk to you about. And you know it's going to take more than this big lizard to kill me. Come on.
It has that poison gas. I just thought maybe we could use this somehow. Because, well, Lia's weapon is wind, and it uses radiant energy. Thought. What if we can use poisonous gas in there? Do you think your god would be angry if I tainted his weapon? I'd be helping you kill more things.
Oh, you want to play with...
Yes. Yeah. What if it's delightfully more efficient at killing things? Not to say he does bad work, but I can make something better, let's just say. And she gets a smile across her face.
Oh, that's why. My speaker battery is low. I'm going to have to find a charger cord here in a minute. But I want to kind of wink at Shadeleaf, point her towards where the old one is. Because I assume from that high up we can pretty much see...
You can see everybody around here, yeah.
Yeah.
You can see over most of the buildings. Even on this laying down dead dragon, you can still see over most of the buildings.
Yeah. I mean, this thing's huge, and we murdered it all the way to death.
Yes. It was about as big as the castle. Well, it was tall, at least, when it stood up all the way.
Yeah. Alright, so I point her towards the old one, and I say, did you happen to see the rapiers that guy was wielding?
Yes, do you think he might give me one? Do you think he'll miss it if we take it?
I wouldn't take it from him.
How long do you think we'll have to wait? He looks pretty old. Maybe he'll just die.
Maybe. But he mentioned they were made of dragon bone. And we happen to have a lot of dragon bones.
And then it looks like a light bulb just kind of clicks in her head for a minute. She's like, I can make arrows.
And maybe we could get some of that. You could make arrows. You could make a dragon bone bow for Laya with some poison arrowheads.
Yes,
You could make poison rapiers for me. I could use a new rapier because I lost my old one.
And this will be... Oh. And then she just kind of goes into her mind for a second and just kind of starts gibberish, muttering. You just kind of see her going, oh, I can just... Oh. It just kind of goes on like that for a minute.
I lost my speaker. I gotta pause and find a chord real quick.
I'll pause it. All right. So let's see. What are you up to next? Well, she's kind of in her mind, and she starts running back and forth at it. And she looks at its feet, and she sees the claws, and she slides down inside the dragon, pulls out a knife, and she pulls out like a saw kind of thing. It looks like a drywall saw almost. And she just kind of starts going to work on its foot.
Okay.
Okay.
Love it. Love everything about it. Let's see. We already sent the recruits to go get Toblin.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
At the end of the last recording, we sent them.
Yeah, you went and sent them back to town for that, I remember.
Yeah. So, that's everything I wanted to do in regards to the dragon. So I guess I'll meet back up with Laya and tell her kind of what I've learned and what we're up to. Just like, I'll kind of casually walk up and be like, hey, so I talked to the dead lizard. And she's like, you what? And I'll say something like, yeah, I got one of the clerics to help me out. Turns out this dragon is working for someone he called his queen, someone named Tiamat. Does that name mean anything to you?
And she can roll I guess a history check to see if she would know.
She can roll a history check with her skills and dice and things that she has, and her +0 to history.
Perfect.
But she hit a 12.
Okay, she's at least kind of heard a legend of something that the dragons worship. She knows they worship someone like a special god of just dragons. And she'd probably remember that there at least be a different dividing line between good and evil dragons. Chromatic dragons are inherently evil, and they follow Tiamat. And then metallic dragons are inherently good, and they follow Bahamut, who is the dragon that is always right next to Torm.
Oh.
So she would at least remember that much.
Oh.
Maybe I heard stories as a kid, or just things like that.
And she's here.
Perfect. Hello.
Oh. Are you not here?
No one's here. I'm just getting some water.
Okay. So, like, they're asleep and you're gonna come out now? Yeah, he was just going into the lore of what's going to happen next, because the dragon was working for someone.
That's always fun.
I know, right? No.
Okay.
Hello.
I'll just do that. Look, I'm wearing my dragon scale earrings.
Awesome. That's cool. Oh, you're gonna like a dice box I just got sent to me from Forged. Let me just grab it real quick. You're gonna think this is cool, especially because of Staji.
Oh, sure. No, I think we're still in recording. It's not super formal. It's a very casual kind of deal.
Okay, well, you know how you have Staji all the time. Look at that. Got a dice chest with a Staji on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's just got a little tiny dragon.
That's cool.
That's way too awesome.
Right? I saw that, I'm like, oh. Yeah, they sent that to review and stuff, so that's gonna be fun. If I can find
Oh,
it.
that's cool.
I think that's magnetic. Huh.
Right? Makes an excellent curve.
I'm gonna set this somewhere. I don't have a room on my table.
Wait, I need my dice.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it's over there. And for everybody watching, just go to the links below.
Here's your little metal ones.
Should be right side by.
Awesome. Dice. Dice are fun. Love rolling dice. My daughter is looking at my portable... I kind of finished setting up a portable DM kit recently. I used a box from... or kind of a portable kit from some lavalier microphones. And it's kind of set up a little portable DM kit recently, so Tara was having fun flipping through that.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Oh, that's neat. I was looking for my little bag of gold dice.
Oh, here's a little bag of gold dice. It's not over here. I mean, there's Orion's little gold ones. Here's my gold
What time
ones.
is it? Oh, I see
Everybody
something.
likes gold.
Yeah.
I think I put it somewhere separately because gold.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Just trying to remember.
You can just use the blue and white ones for now.
Yeah, but the gold ones were giving me 20s and 19s
Yeah, I know. They were doing great for you earlier.
and saving throws, so I don't die.
I'm gonna pause it
Kind of
real
mostly
quick while we're getting the hang of
now.
things. Alright, so as you guys are talking, you see one of the Dwarfen search parties come back from the castle. And you see that it does look like they have a few stretchers, they have some bodies that they've been pulling out, and then there's only a few things they were able to find.
Okay.
But yeah, they lay them out on the street. They see a group of other dwarves start trying to pull the dragons off to the side, at least, just to get them out of the middle of the street. It took a lot of them. Like, you see, like, 50 dwarves all pushing.
Mm-hmm.
And each of these dwarves that's trying, they're soldiers, so they're,
For
like,
sure.
4 feet tall and 250 pounds of muscle. So, they're all pushing, and they kind of shove the dragon a little bit out of the way.
I'm trying to see.
But in the castle, they didn't really see much.
Yeah. I'm,
The ones from that went down lower did not come back yet.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking through my character sheet. I don't really have much that can help. Maybe I could throw an unseen servant in there to help, but I mean that's not gonna do much.
Yeah.
What am I looking for?
We just see all the dwarves trying to, move the dragon off to the side so they can look for survivors and stuff like that.
And like how much time is passing? Because that would basically determine what happens with ones in the other area. Maybe you guys are standing around talking, you kind of fill her in on everything that's happened, so a couple minutes have passed?
Yeah, a few minutes.
Okay. You do see a couple of dwarves. You see 2 dwarves come back up from the lower areas. And they kind of have sunken looks on their faces.
Mm-hmm.
And you see them come back up. They go over to Barnar. No, not Barnar. Brimlick. They go over to Brimlick and they say, well, we just came back from down in the mines and we haven't really found any survivors. It looks like after they killed some of them, they tossed them down into the pits. And most of the people are dead. And then they put their hand on his shoulder and say, we're sorry for your people, but you can join us in our mountain if you choose. And he just kind of stands there motionless for a couple minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That was mostly because I rolled really badly on that luck check.
I mean, I'll go up to Brimlick, after a moment passes and he kind of has a little bit to process. And I'll just kind of come up to him and be like, if this day proves one thing, it's that you, my friend, are not alone. You have allies, you have friends. We are here if and whenever you need us.
When I see his hand go up, he pulls some stuff out of his beard and brushes it off. And it gets a little bushier somehow from that. He looks up at you, says, "Yes, now I know I want to hopefully go on a quest. I want to kill as many of these bastards as I can. And I want to avenge my people.
Well,
I don't think I'm done with this. So they're working for someone, you said. I'm here to help if ever anything. We have weapons, we have supplies, we have homes for anybody that needs to stay here. I mean, this is a city. And it's a free city now because there's nobody left. So this is now my city, and you're welcome to stay in it." Consider it a base away from home if you ever need it. I did not hear you.
I appreciate it. And I was kind of stammering in character. I was just saying, I appreciate that. And, I mean, this queen, this Tiamat, who sent these beasts into your home and ravaged your people.
Tiamat, you know, so you have a name. So you found out who did this?
I found out who did this. I had one of your cleric brothers cast a spell called Speak with Dead on the big one over there. And
he looks back the dragon back at you.
Yeah. And he said that, I asked him some questions. He said that Tiamat is the one responsible for this. And once we have the means and the power to track down this queen, he called her, we're going to bring the fight to Tiamat's doorstep.
So let's see. He had his axe on his hanging from his waist, kind of. He didn't put it all the way back on the back. He just kind of snug it into his belt. He just kind of grabs onto it and just puts up the handle to you and says, "You can count on me. Just tell me when you need me."
I pull out my sword and kind of hold it up against his, and I say, "I know I can. Have you ever thought about teaching?"
I don't know what I teach them other than how to grow a magnificent mane on your face. Everyone would be.
Right,
I know you're
lesson
jealous.
one.
I'm sorry, but I can't help you. You're just a human. I don't know if you can grow it like this. But I bet with some of the carcass over there, I might be able to muster up some ointment that you can rub all over your face. It might help.
All right, I might take you up on that. I was thinking more on battle training for our recruits back at our base. Maybe we could send some of them here for special assignments, special training. How to, get the heart of the stout folk.
Do you have anyone that's really strong? Because most of our weapons are a little heavy, but maybe are they humans? I can see what I can make, what we have for armor for that. Maybe mithril or chainmail. But yeah, we have training areas. We're dwarves.
Yeah.
We train soldiers day and night. It's half of what we do, and the other half is mining.
All right. Well, since killing dragons has become something of our specialty, I definitely think that having a few well-armed, well-trained foot soldiers would be an asset. So if you're planning on staying here, I can send you men to help rebuild and to train and, learn the glorious art of murder.
And it's an art I would be very happy to teach them. I'll do all I can for them, and I appreciate it. And you see him get kind of a tear that turns into mud on his face.
I pretend not to notice, give him a predator handshake, and then I tell him I'll send word when they're ready.
Yeah, and let's see. With that, there's really not much else happening here other than the crowds are talking. After a little bit, you do hear that there's stuff outside that's happening. Like more people are coming in from the city after a few hours, or from the town after a few hours.
All right.
Like, are you guys standing around
Then
in here
I'll
for
turn
hours?
to
Like, you just hanging out in here
my,
talking to everyone?
I wouldn't say for hours. Maybe, like, with everything that we've done, maybe an hour.
Okay.
And then after that, I'll turn to Heyu and Laya and Stodgy and just be like, what do you say we go home?
Yeah. He says, I would like that. I'm gonna grab some pence from my house and let's see what I can. I'm ready to go home. I need to jump into a lake. He has no pants. He's in his
Sounds
robe,
good.
but he's kind of holding it shut.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
So you guys heading outside?
So, yeah. Yeah, we'll head outside.
Okay. So you head outside, and
I could use some nice meditation.
What'd you say?
Oh, I said I could use some nice meditation.
Definitely.
Let me bring your chair closer.
Okay, what's wrong with the mic?
The mic is fine. The speakers are going out.
No.
Okay.
I said before I could use some good meditation.
That would be helpful for the elf. So you're full-blood elf, right? Yeah. Yeah. So when you guys go outside, the light hits
what
you,
elf?
and it's pretty bright because your eyes have kind of adjusted to being in this cave. So even for Johook, this would be pretty bright. For everybody else, it's like
Mm-hmm.
And in a little clearing past some of the trees from the side of this mountain, you do see what looks like a building, a very small building that's on some wheels. And there are several horses that are standing around in front of it.
Okay. This is a store or a building that I would recognize, right?
Yes, you would. You would recognize this as the Shop of Wonders. The traveling Shop of Wonders that you first saw in Rumblebottom.
Way back when. Remember when Rumple Bottom was a thing?
Oh, yeah. Ooh, that one just sounds fun. Lover's Lashes. It's a whip.
So,
And I have the book here
yeah,
also, so I can see what you look at.
Oh, next. So should we go into the shop?
Yes.
Okay. We're going shopping.
Okay. So you go in and you see...
Can't say no shopping, especially weapon shopping.
Exactly. I'm just going to pop open her character sheet real quick. That would be on this page. Nope, not that page.
Okay.
Too many apps. Oh wait, it's in this one. Okay, I found the app. It's not Shade Leaves. Look down. Social Millium. It might be this one. Yeah, I think it was this one.
They have pants
Yep,
at this
I found her. Okay.
moving
So you
back up
see
for-
a gnome.
Oh, yeah.
So you see a gnome sitting at the counter, and her eyes perk up, and because for a moment she's just kind of staring off into space at something off into the distance, and it's not anything you see at all. So he notices you've walked into the room already. She says, "Oh, I have customers again. Thank you. Welcome. How can I help you?" "Oh, they're gonna buy something."
Oh,
It's great to see you again. Do I remember her name?
Her name was Milliam. Millilm. That's it. Millilm.
I between speakers and everything, it's hard to make it out, but I'm just like, it's good to see you again, Mel.
She says, "I've had some fun travels. I went east-west. West? I went around. I might have gone in a circle, I don't know, but circles are nice."
You went west.
West, yes, west. I went both. And then I just came back, because it seemed like good business. So she stands up and...
All right.
Okay, so she stands up, hops down from her counter to come start pointing some stuff out. And as she starts walking, she trips on her robes and falls flat on her face.
Volume button on the front. Okay. All right.
"How can I... And then she looks back up at you and just kind of stands up, brushes herself off, then falls on her butt. Says, How can I help you? What, is there anything you like?"
that's a little bit hard.
Yeah, a little bit.
Trying to fix it.
Yeah, can you try something?
Bluetooth pairing.
Say something?
Can you hear me still? Can you hear me?
Oh. Oh,
Okay.
There
Yeah,
we
yeah, we
Okay,
can.
cool. Just took a minute.
We can. Yes.
can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
All right.
Here.
Right down. Leave it alone.
I could be roaming the store and trying to fix it. That's me roaming the store and trying to fix things.
Okay. So, I would kind of just be like, well, I think I'm pretty well set up gear-wise. Do you have anything interesting in the way of potions or consumables?
She actually does, I think. Yes. Okay. So she pulls out what?
I know. Yes, but my character doesn't.
Okay. She says, "Yes, we have a small selection over there on the shelf." And then she kind of waddles over to the shelf that has several different types of flasks and vials on it. And they all have a crude label written onto them. Looks like some kind of tape with marking on it. A couple of them have a little note hanging from the top of the vial.
Instant sleep, indistinguishable from death, and they wake up after 1d12 hours. That's fun. Ooh. Poison healing. That's funny. Ooh. That looks nice.
Which one?
The Bottled Dream. You know, the most expensive thing on the shelf.
Of course.
Instantly gives the effects of a long rest.
Oh. Oh, so you could drink it and then be like, ah.
Mm-hmm. Alright,
How much
Here.
money do we have, first of all? Oh.
if only there was a sheet that we would have that would have it written on there in convenient areas. It looks like you have 175 gold, 2 silver, and 57 copper.
Oh, okay.
I have a little bit more than that, but not quite enough for what I'm eyeing. Here, Lilac, you keep browsing. I'm gonna go and,
I'm pretty sure you also have different kinds of jewels that are worth certain amounts too.
oh yeah, I do have some jewels.
Like some of those are worth like 40, some of them are worth like 60, you know?
Yeah. Let me grab my sheet here. Because I know I kept track of all that stuff when I typed it out.
So this is 75 gold.
Yeah, you have 175 gold.
Okay.
GP is gold.
Okay.
You have 2 silver pieces and 57 copper pieces.
Oh, okay.
Alright, all I have written down here is 5 gemstones. I can write down, you know, what kind or how much they were worth or whatever.
I'm just looking up how much a gemstone is usually worth.
What is the what's the exchange rate for electrum to gold?
What?
What's the exchange rate for electrum to gold again? Is it 2?
I thought it was like
I have
10 is 1
25
gold
electrum
piece.
pieces. How many gold is that?
Electrum to gold 5e.
I thought that was from silver to gold.
Electrum. Okay, 1 electrum is worth 50 copper, 5 silver, or half a piece of gold. 2 electrum is 1 gold.
Okay, so 2 electrum is 1 gold.
Correct.
Okay. So that's 260. Okay.
Oh. Oh, that's a lot.
What's that? Purity seal. And I'll, what is that? I'm intrigued by this potion, the, Bottled Dream. I have a fair bit of gold, and I have these gemstones. Do you think we could work something out?
And then she looks like she says, well, I guess first roll persuasion real quick. Because it's not, is it enough to make like that much money? Yeah. It's not going to be too hard of a persuasion.
Yeah. I'll, okay. I think I can do some persuading. Alright, that is a 14 plus my persuasion, so that's a 26.
You crushed it. You know, by a couple of digits. So
Yeah.
she looks at you. She says, "Oh, I think we, I can make a deal with that. I'll take that. Looks nice." Then she starts looking at the gemstones and just kind of eyeballing them, and she kind of loses herself in them for a minute. Oh, I forgot to tell you her defining features. She's also exceptionally ugly, my thing says. So, she just looks like, almost like a goblin mixed with a gnome.
What?
She almost looks like a goblin mixed with a gnome. One of her defining physical features is she's exceptionally ugly. That's actually how I have it written on the notes.
Okay. Sorry, I think there's a delay between...
There's like a 5-second delay.
Yeah.
Maybe better to almost shut down and try to restart again.
It wouldn't shut down the whole computer. I don't think that would make a difference.
I just meant like turn it off and turn it on again. Have you tried turning it off and turning it on again?
Alright, so I'll pay 200 gold and the gemstones.
And she says, "Yes, I think we can do this. I think we can make a deal. That's fine." And then she just is standing there smiling. She walks over to her counter behind it, starts climbing back up, and then falls off the other side of it. And then goes around and climbs up again.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So I am crossing off 200 gold from my sheet. I'm crossing off the 5 gemstones. And I am writing Bottled Dream Full Rest Potion on there.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. And then I'll turn to Laya and be like, if there's anything that you want that's a little bit out of your price range, I do have some other things that I could give you to barter with. I have this jeweled ring, I have a pearl necklace.
They do have a lot of tempting things inside the list.
Yeah.
Still looking.
One of my favorites is the Pacifist Sword, which is just ridiculous.
What is it?
One of my favorites is always the Pacifist Sword.
What sword?
It's a sword that can't actually do any damage.
Which
Not
sword
even
was it?
It's not able to do any damage. Not even superficial. On a DC 10 perception check, some will allow someone to realize it's useless.
Right, and you don't have any other treasures or goodies written down. You should though. No, I guess I was keeping track of all that. But yeah, I mean, I have a couple of jewelry items if you want to barter up a little bit.
Probably the only thing that there's a lot of stuff in shit. So.
While she's still browsing and shopping,
Mm-hmm.
I'll turn to Nell and say like, so, did you ever make it back anywhere near Rumplebottom?
I actually kind of forgot where it was. I wander around.
Oh, I think it's just to the southeast of us a little bit.
Oh, I'm heading south, I think. I'm heading down on the map. Yes, that's south. I like maps. They
Yeah.
smell like paper.
You want to go down on the map and a little...
So she looks at her map and then just kind of starts looking around it, and you see her finger tracing on it, and she does a bigger and bigger circle and then a smaller and smaller circle with her finger. Like she's actually forgotten what she was looking at, it almost looks like. She says, I think I heard about a town nearby where there's a lot of fighters and people that need weapons. I bet I can make some good business down there. And who knows,
I mean,
maybe I'll
if
even
there's
see
anybody left, sure.
He says, who knows, maybe I'll even see another cute guard down there.
Maybe. Let's see. Yeah, because you have 175.
That's what that kind of translates into. Oh, wait.
Okay, so it's 100. This is basically like cents.
Mm-hmm.
This is dimes. This is dollars.
Okay.
So altogether, you have 177 and a half gold.
Ouch. It's not really a lot.
No, we've been mostly getting our we've been getting paid in like gear and a house.
Which is also fine.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining.
Yeah, you haven't done really that much dungeon diving.
No. And, I mean, the trainees that we have are probably just paying for room and board, and we turn all that money back around into dragon steaks, so... Well, that and coffee.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and while you guys are inside this shop, you kind of hear the sound of horses and carts, and you see a very, very big, oversized, looks like a pickup trailer kind of thing, roll in. It has rows and rows of wheels. It's made out of several trees.
Mm-hmm.
And that comes rolling up and parks, and you see Toblin sitting on it from just outside the
Rows
door.
and rows of what?
It looks like logs, all tied together to make kind of a big platform.
There he is.
And Toblin's driving it.
Okay.
Sounds interesting.
Oh, awesome.
So could you potentially any room in the fill every cup in the room?
Mm-hmm.
So could you?
Oh, I see what you're doing. I mean, it says whatever fluid.
Mm-hmm. That's a
I think I know what you're thinking.
Alright, yeah, there's an item in here called the Carousing Cup. It says, a wooden flagon with various symbols carved into it. Once per day, this cup can instantly fill every cup in the room with whatever fluid is placed into it. So if we were to take, say, a potion, like a healing potion or something like that, and use this Carousing Cup, we could just make our own healing potions.
You technically could. There's no rule against it.
Alright.
The wording of it is on your side.
I found a loophole. My odd brain. Okay. Alright. I think I found something good. I think I'm gonna get a Carousing Cup.
Oh, those are incredibly popular at parties. You'll have so many fun parties with that. You can get everybody drunk off of one glass of mead. Says,
as long as we don't use it in Tobler's place. Because, I mean, that would just be rude to our friend.
oh, he would save so much
Although
money
we
with
could
that.
just give him a lifetime supply of product.
Yeah, he would rip off so many people with that.
Right?
Right. So were you trying to barter? Did you have enough for it?
Is that all you're getting?
Yep,
Okay.
I had enough for it.
It's only 35 gold.
Oh, nice. Okay. So you hand her the money.
And I have 175.
Okay, so you hand her the money. She drops a few pieces and then puts the rest inside her change box. Goes down and gathers up some of the other pieces. And says, "It's been good seeing you all again. I like doing business with you. I haven't been back to Rumplebottom in quite some time. That might be fun to stop by.
Yeah, it's good seeing you too.
Yeah.
She was the one who always had the faraway stares whenever the Dragonborn guard in Rumplebottom would walk by.
Every
Okay.
time there's that awkward
Then,
silence from her,
we-
she's off staring into nothing.
Gotcha. Then I wish you the best of luck in finding a new staring piece.
Staring? Do I? I don't stare, I don't think. No, I don't stare. I don't think I've looked at anybody for very long.
Okay.
And she stops and thinks about it for a very long
Oh,
time.
I have wands here. Give me one.
What? I might save up for that whip. Am I allowed to use a whip? Can else use a whip?
I can't imagine why not. A whip would be a simple weapon, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think that one's a simple weapon. I'm pretty sure whips are simple weapon. That's not a martial weapon. I think it's a simple.
Yeah, pretty much everyone can see a simple weapon.
Okay.
I was looking for it. Oh, yeah, I see. Were you looking at the swap whip?
Is that the swap whip we're looking at?
No, the
Oh, the lover's lashes.
Oh, yeah.
I become charmed.
Yeah. That's a fair bit of gold, though.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I may save up.
Yeah.
I'll have to save up for a while. Do some here and there things.
Yeah, do some looting.
That'll be good.
Alright, so, with our absolutely not game-breaking combo of magical items, we're gonna say our goodbyes and leave the shop.
So she, after you guys said goodbye, it takes her a couple seconds for it to register. She looks back at you, says, "Oh, it was good to see you. I haven't seen anyone in such a long time. Hopefully we'll see each other again." And then she looks out the window, or the door, and she sees
Oh,
a bunch
for
of
sure.
dwarves going by. And she's like,
Actually,
they look delightfully hairy. And she just gets just has a confused look on her face because she sees the beards.
oh yeah, those are good dwarves out there.
Right. And you
Actually, there is one more thing that caught my eye. I was almost not going to get it. Would you be willing to do another trade? I have some gold and some valuables in exchange for this little wand here. And I'm looking at the wand of spending.
I am turning to that page. Oh yeah, I see.
So essentially, let us summon the.
Oh,
In a shop of their choice. He says, "Oh yes, I do like when people buy a wand like that, 'cause then I can see people again. I think I might be able to arrange something."
Yeah, of course. So, so I have, some. Let's see, 50 gold and 25 electrum. So that comes out to. We'll just call it 20. We'll make it 60 gold. Right?
Yeah.
And then I have these this necklace and this jeweled ring. If we could, do a little bundle deal, kind of like we did before.
So she looks at the stuff you're holding for a second, and then just gets a smile and says, "Yeah, I think we can work that out. I like you guys. You seem like fun people." Then she looks over at Hey You standing there,
Oh,
and
we're
she's
always doing
like,
fun
"You're
things.
really
We just
tall.
killed a
Can I
dragon."
climb you?"
Nice.
Hey, just looks confused and doesn't know what to say, so she
Alright,
gets
so
down
I'm
and starts to
crossing
climb
off
Hey You.
50 gold.
We are.
Wait, she's climbing him?
Yes, she climbed Hey You. All the way up to he's just standing there, he
She's
looks at
climbing
you.
up him?
He looks at you, he's like
Oh Lord.
he's completely confused and doesn't know how to handle this situation. He's just like, "Thank you. It's nice to meet you too." And she just kind of sits on top of his head for a second on the big mask he has. You know the helmet he made? The helmet he had made?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He was totally
Oh,
wearing
yeah,
it, so
cadaver
she's
collector.
sitting on top of it. And she's just kind of examining this.
That's awesome.
She's like, "Can I have this?"
Are you talking about Hey You or the hat
Yes.
or the helmet? Oh. Do I need to write that?
One, two,
You got everything written down?
Do I need to write
Oh, yeah, your carousing cup.
my carousing cup?
So,
Where's my, oh.
yeah,
in here.
I'm gonna get your sheet sorted out.
Yeah.
Don't write it on your spells, though. I'll never find it.
Okay, I'll put it in here.
Yeah, put it on your little backpack page. It's the carousing cup.
Yeah, I just might be sure I'm spelling it right.
Oh,
Otherwise,
okay.
I might.
Otherwise, I'll never find it.
Yeah.
Dude, you should definitely try and start putting, transferring your character stuff to, like, D&D Beyond. I'd never used it until recently, but it's incredibly handy.
Yeah, the only drawback is, like, I'd have to... Because I use a lot of stuff from Xanathar's, I use a lot of stuff from,
Oh, that is the drawback.
There's handbook stuff.
Like, for a basic
So
character,
I'd
it's
have to
cool,
purchase
but...
all that on D&D Beyond.
Yeah, that's the only real drawback
Yeah.
that hasn't got me really to buy into their market. I like having a physical book. Hopefully
Mhm.
someday they'll do a discount for anything.
Although, like you're saying, the character creator is fantastic.
Right? For like making 1st through 5th level characters using the basic rules, it's perfect.
Like, I was getting a one-shot set up, like that little mini one-shot I was telling you about,
hmm
and I'm just like, okay, I need a ranger. Click, 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 done.
Right? So much easier. Sometimes I'll use fastcharacter.com. That's one I use a lot.
Fastcharacter.com. All right, I'll check it out.
Because that one's not officially owned by Wizards at all or licensed by anybody like that, so they just use any of the rulebooks. They have
Nice.
They have a lot of just drop down options, and they'll do like a page generation for you. It's cool.
She just pulled it up on her phone.
Nice. Yeah, it's a good page. Everything from
that's
the alignment to what level you want to start at, to races, classes. You can even have auto select your past and your job based on your class, or you can choose it either way. I've used that one a lot in our campaigns.
Oh, okay.
A lot of NPCs have been created on there.
Awesome.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh.
I know I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but for the
Yeah.
other campaign that we haven't announced the name yet.
hmm
Hello?
Yeah. Yeah.
He froze.
The video froze for a minute.
Can you hear me?
Um,
Oh.
So, Kane is... Yeah, I can hear you now. So Kane is taking the gunner feat, really leaning into that pistol that he made. And for Norin, I think I'm going to give him the Warcaster feat.
Nice. That'll be fun.
And then fairly early into the next session, which we're planning for tomorrow, we'll introduce the third character.
Nice. That'll be fun. And I have everything ready for it.
Yeah.
That character
And
had a
he's
backstory
rolled up
made
at
that
level
day.
4, right?
Yeah, he's level 4.
All right, awesome.
It's going to be fun to tell the characters how little I care about them.
I'm just looking forward to the dynamic between your guy and Kane. It's going to be great.
This is going to be fun to figure out.
I also had a thought, because like, since I'm going to be taking over Norin, I think that me and Josh will be able to build a little bit on what actually happened in Honeywood.
Okay.
And maybe we'll have like a flashback, like a one-shot flashback where we actually play through how that all went down.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
The snake guy?
Yeah, he's the snake guy.
Yeah, what's it called? The UNT?
Yeah, the Yuan-Ti.
Gesundheit.
I can't do the tongue thing. Like, my body doesn't do that. But I've been not at all creepily working on my snake voice while I'm cleaning bathrooms at work.
For me, it kept on
Okay.
sounding kind of like Starscream.
Yeah, like,
I couldn't
the way
avoid
you were
that.
doing the voice, and I love you for it, but it sounded like a mix of Starscream and Char for Make Believe Heroes.
Kinda.
Like, and just the wit of it, too. Like, when the god was telling you, like, oh, that guy reeks of Morden, and you're like, I'll make him shower.
That was a fun one.
It's still one of the funniest things in D&D. That's great. Oh,
Anyways,
Talking Harry Potter to parcel tongue.
a little bit, right? All right, so, yeah, I think we're done shopping.
so you guys got your stuff. You've seen Toblin runs back out from the entrance of that cave, and you see him signal for other carts to come up, and he has them park side by side on each other, like to each other, and then he runs back inside
Nice.
because he didn't realize how
Right.
big this dragon was.
So, yeah. I mean, there's also the smaller ones, the, like, horse-sized ones. You could
Oh,
probably
true, but he definitely wants that
do
big
something
one.
with those.
I'd imagine Shadeleaf's probably staying by that dragon to
fight
kind of
Shadeleaf for it.
to kind of get claim on it.
Lord.
Yeah, I'd imagine Shadeleaf would be trying to take claim on that thing also.
Kind of harvesting what she needs.
Yep. By now she's sawed off several parts and has been packing them in her bag.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So let's see. Okay,
Yeah.
now I'm
The
going
ancient
back
one we
to
use for
what...
parts, the adults, and we use the ancient one for parts. We use the two big ones and all the smaller ones for meat.
Yeah, and it's delicious. So since you guys are outside, let's see. Okay, so at the beginning I rolled a decent roll for the DM roll, and it's just something that's going to happen a little bit far away, not to you guys. And since I was waiting until you were outside to make that effect happen on what's happening with that.
Mm-hmm.
So, off in the distance between the trees, down to the
Okay.
south, like very far south, it looks like it's miles and miles away. You see the sky grow really dark over a certain area. And
Okay.
it looks like a lot of crap is happening there. You see lightning, like you see it cracking down from the sky off in the distance. You see what looks like large stones falling, like large things falling from the sky over there. And it looks like tornadoes, blizzards over the next several minutes.
Mm-hmm.
and this is all happening. It's all happening within a few minutes' time, over a very specified area. And this is like 20 miles south of you guys, 20, 30 miles south.
All right, I'll turn to.
And after a few minutes' time, are you guys like
20,
standing
30
around
miles
while it's
south.
happening?
Okay.
Let me check on the time
I-
for this.
Don't know if we could get there within the few minutes, but as soon as we.
Okay, so after just a couple minutes,
Here's
you
what I'm
see it
thinking.
disappears.
What the hell?
Yeah, I mean, we'd go check it out, right?
What the hell?
After a few minutes, you see that storm that had popped up suddenly is completely gone and has disappeared.
Okay. Just to be safe, I'm gonna drink one more of my healing potions. Because I just looked at my HP and I'm rather rough at the moment.
I think you were on 15 health, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh my.
I remember you
at-
rolling 15 on that sucker.
No,
16?
that's your initiative.
Oh.
Yeah, you're at 16 health.
Oh.
You got hit with a lot of those poison breath attacks,
Oh.
and one of them took you all the way down from your max to 44.
Holy crap.
Yeah, two hits knocked him out.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have any healing potions? Where do I go?
Yeah,
Yeah,
at the start, you each
I
had
didn't
3.
write them down because I forgot to add them. And we used one of mine, and you gave one of yours to Heiyu because he was unconscious.
Okay.
So we're each down to 2.
Okay, and you were using one more, right?
So I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and drink one just to be safe because I don't know if something's coming this way.
Mm.
Okay,
Or
so
can I do like an insight roll or something to see if there's something coming, or a perception?
you can probably use Stodgy to look farther on, because he can kind of fly up.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, we can do that. Do that.
My dragon. Okay, so I'm just gonna tell him to fly above the trees and try to, I guess, look and see what he sees.
Okay, so he can see pretty far, but I don't think he'd be able to see very, like, super clear for something that's, like, over 20 miles away. He doesn't see any signs of any enemies in the skies. He doesn't see anything like that, but he does see some smoke way off in the distance. It looks like it's a lot farther than the mountains. Like, there's the Sword Mountains south of where Phandalin is. And let's see. It looks like it's farther down than that. It's it's past the mountains. There's smoke rising up.
Yeah.
Just playing.
Okay.
Right here? Okay.
No, other side.
Oh.
Yeah. So we like our home base is in Phandalin.
Mm-hmm.
And the dwarves are in the mountains to the kind of southeast of us a little bit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Sword Mountains?
Yeah. So
Yeah, they're in the Sword Mountain area.
in the Sword Mountains. So
It'd be farther down south than them, like on the coast. It would look like.
farther down south than like so in that kind of
Crypt Garden?
forest area on our little map there.
I have my map open. 1 second.
Or it's right here.
It would actually be farther down south on the coast.
Oh, towards the coast. Okay.
Mirror of the Dead Man? That doesn't sound fun.
Yeah, right?
Dead Man. That just sounds awesome.
I know, right? Okay, so I'll turn to you and say like, hey, can your rangery senses get us there if we, take a rest and then go there when we're feeling a little bit better? Because I feel like we'd be pretty safe here if we wanted to just grab a house inside and hole up for a few hours.
Yes.
All right then.
And just to note, you did mention that you wanted to check before you took your potion, so you still have your potion.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I appreciate that.
So we still have 2.
Yeah, we still have 2 each.
Yes.
All right, so
I'm gonna write it down
okay,
in my bag.
2 healing potions, and it's 5d4.
Correct.
Okay, so you have 2 5d4 healing potions.
5d4.
5d4. Okay. She drew a smiley face next to the 5d4.
Well, you always feel better when you heal.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, we'll just kind of squat in a house kind of nearby the cave entrance.
Okay.
Try to get a long rest in, and then we will head towards the source of the disturbance.
Okay. Awesome. So,
I
you
mean,
guys...
we go right now, but we're rough.
And, you know, lots of dragons.
Yeah. And more dragons.
And, you know, Heyu has to wash himself.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure he can raid the closet of whatever house we go into.
Yeah, and... Okay, so after you guys get your rest, you get your... Is it a long rest you're taking, right?
Yeah, long rest. So I imagine it'd be evening by the time we're feeling
Yeah,
okay.
and you get all your spell slots and your hit points back. And your healing dice, you get all that back. So, after you guys wake up, you notice there's a little bit of a commotion coming from where the mines area were. From where those dwarves went down to find any other survivors. And you see that one of the dwarves is holding on to something round. It looks like his hands are covered in blood almost. And they're dirt, mud, blood mixed. His fingernails are torn back a bit. That's just kind of the commotion. I imagine he would have gone over to see what the commotion was, or no?
Ooh.
I don't want to make the decision for you. Would you have gone over to see what the commotion is?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So you would have seen that this dwarf is, he looks like he's very dirty, like he has been digging like crazy.
Yes, please.
Yeah, let's do that.
And some fingernails are torn back, he's covered in mud and dirt, and he just has a very wide look in his eyes. And you see a circle of other dwarves like gathered around him. Like every time one of them tries to get close, they just kind of feel very hesitant and they don't go any closer. And he's holding on to something. He's holding something that is covered in a cloth.
Okay.
And it appears to have a roundish shape.
21. Okay. Divine sense.
You definitely sense evil from this. This would be something that feels very abyssal. Yeah, it's definitely a sense of evil magic from the object that he's holding. And it looks like some kind of sphere that he's holding, and it's wrapped in a cloth. Yes, it's circular. It's some kind of spherical object wrapped in a cloth. And he's holding on to it very tightly. But one of the dwarves tries to get closer to him, and then he runs off into the mines with it.
Wait, he runs off into the mines with it?
With it. He's holding on to it, and he runs off into the mines with it.
Okay, so he takes off when one of the other ones try to come near him.
You hear him scream, you would hear him scream something like,
The guy...
"It's mine, he talked to me, it's mine." And then he disappears down that tunnel.
Okay, so the guy who was holding it with his hands bloody ran off.
Yes.
Okay. Let me check something here.
Did we go into the Lord of the Rings world?
Have to look into that. Okay, you know what?
You probably
How
would
far away is he?
recognize something. Hmm? How far away was he?
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. How far away is the guy? Yeah.
Now he's run off into that tunnel. He's inside the tunnel.
Would you say that he's within 90 feet of me?
Yes, I would say he's within 90 feet of you.
Okay. I want to hit him with a hunter's mark.
Okay.
That'll give me advantage on survival checks to track him.
Okay.
And we take off, and I turn to the crowd and be like, "All right, I'll go see what's going on," and then I run after him.
Okay, and then you just kind of see them whispering to each other, trying to figure out what was happening, and you guys go off into the tunnel with them, or to find him.
Yeah, we go off to find him.
Me, you, and Staji. Is Hey You with us? Or no, is he?
That's a good question. Is Hey You with us?
Let me roll to see if he followed you guys or if he slept. I figured he got his full sleep, but I don't know if he would actually follow you guys. No, he kind of hung back a little bit.
And clean.
Mm-hmm.
He's eating.
Looking for a river to wash himself off better.
Oh, he probably would have washed off right before going to sleep for the long rest. He smelled pretty bad.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh,
He crapped himself a couple times.
All right, but he hung back, so it's just us. That's fine. He wasn't there for the orb and the pedestal and all that, so it makes a little bit more sense that it's just us.
Me, you, and Staji?
Me and Staji.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't go anywhere without Staji.
Yeah.
So,
I have a dragon that'll bite people in the butt.
yeah, we'll go ahead and start tracking him down. I imagine it's pretty dark inside the tunnel.
It's kind of dark, but these are dwarven tunnels, so it's at least lit with torches every once in a while to keep it at a dim light. Because these are their mining tunnels, they're in here all the time, and they kind of keep it at least somewhat lit.
Yeah.
So I'd say it's dim light for you, and it's like daylight for them.
Okay. Yeah, that only works in your favorite terrains, which is coastal and forests, and we're in like a cave.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Right.
as you're running down, what?
Yeah, I want to track this guy down.
Okay, so as you're running down, you notice the tunnels. At sometimes there's caverns next to the pathway. At sometimes it's just close walls on the other side, but at least wide enough for a very wide dwarf to get through. Like the pathways would be like 4 feet across. Some of the tunnels are kind of short, so you'd have to duck down, and it keeps on winding down in some areas with just different short tunnels that end abruptly, or some that open into wider caverns that look like they've been picked dry. You see mine carts every once in a while, and you see tracks in a couple of places that lead back up to the top. And as you get to where you think
so
he
this
was,
is like a busy, active mining.
yeah, like they've been mining here a lot. And as you get down to where you feel that he is, you see what looks like a fresh hole with some dirt that hasn't really been packed down into the ground at all yet. It looks like it's freshly been tossed there. And there's a hole in the wall that's just a few feet across that looks like it was just broken through recently.
Okay.
And it was broken into, not out from, so from this side. But it looks like there is a big tunnel inside there in a chamber with another tunnel going out. And
Okay,
inside.
so
And are you going
like
in? Are you looking
tunneled
in?
from another area into?
Correct. It looks like someone had uncovered it.
Okay.
And
Okay.
he is inside this room, standing still
I'll
in front
turn
of
to
something.
Lion. Okay, so he went inside that room?
Yeah,
He went inside that room?
yeah.
Okay. I'll turn to Laya and say, like, can you see anything? My eyes are playing tricks on me in here. Because you have dark vision and better perception than I do.
Oh, I do have dark vision? Okay.
Yeah, because
I
you're an
know.
elf.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, it's like daylight to you.
I mean, that's my story. Okay. Oh, well,
And you see
No, I
him
don't see- what do you
standing
mean it's
still,
dark in here?
muttering
What are you talking about?
something.
I didn't say it was dark. I said it was playing tricks on my eyes.
oh.
Yeah, you see him standing still in front of something. Like, he's standing still and he's muttering.
Oh, we can see him.
It's kind of lit. You would be able to at least see dim. She would see it like daylight. Because there's torches going along this path.
Okay.
At least until that room. So there'd be a little light going in.
So I imagine you'd point him out.
There he is.
Okay. I want to sneak up to where I'm within 30 feet of him.
Okay? Yeah, you'd be... Let's see.
And-
Roll a stealth check.
Tell the rogue to roll a stealth check, why don't you?
I know. If you're rolling that one, it's the only way you can fail.
Please don't say that. Oh, okay. That's better.
It was right next to a nat 1, but it's an 8 plus my 15.
That's why I said the only
So
way you
23.
can fail is the nat one. But yeah, you definitely pass. He doesn't hear you at all. You actually hear him muttering,
right.
muttering words, in his native tongue, in Dorvish, and there's nobody else that you can sense in this area.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Then once I'm within 30 feet, I want to use my invisible mage hand to grab the orb, or to grab the bundle in his hands that I don't know was the orb yet. And
You probably would
just
have
kinda
recognized
yoink it
the
and
round
bring it
shape.
back towards-
So you grab it with a mage hand? Are you...
Yoink.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Roll me a quick... Let's see. Yeah, roll me a quick wisdom saving throw. After you grab it.
A wisdom saving throw for my spectral floating hand.
Oh,
to
I
grab
thought
it.
you went up and grabbed it.
Okay.
No, it's a spectral one, right?
No, I'm grabbing it from 30 feet away with my mage hand.
Yes, you said that. Okay, no, you don't
My
have to do
wisdom
that check
save
yet.
is 18, by the way.
Alright, but you don't have to do the check yet, sorry.
Okay, I'll just hold on to that 18 then.
Okay, so
We
you
have
have it in
to-
your
no,
mage
I-
hand, and you
Yeah.
see him holding, like,
So yeah, I grab
pulling
it
on
with
it.
my invisible.
Okay, so as it starts moving away from him, or starts, like, his hands are shifting, he's
Okay,
trying to hold on to
He's
it.
fighting with respect.
I'm trying to think if I would
Alright.
have to do a strength check,
I'll
but I'm pretty sure the
call out
mage
to him
hand
and
can
just
only
be
do like 25 pounds of force, right?
I think it's less than that. I think it's like 10.
Oh, yeah, it wouldn't be able to get it out of his grip. The dude could lift
No.
a boulder if he wanted to.
So I'll just call out to him and be like, "Hey, dude, let go. This thing is hurting you. Look at your hands."
So he kind of stops for a second, stops muttering. He said it'll make it all right. He said it'll make it all right. He said he'll bring all of our brethren back. He can bring them all back. I just have to let him in. I just have to let him in. You'll see. He's a friend. He said it means no harm.
Can
He'll have all the answers. He'll bring everyone back. It's okay. And then he walks. He says, "I'll show you." And then he runs forward to what looks like to Laya.
I'll stop him. I'll
a
stop
kind
him
of
right there
pedestal.
and be like, "Look, I know you're grieving. I've dealt with these before. It doesn't end well. Trust me. Let it go.
It doesn't look like he hears you very clearly. It's like it's just not getting through to him.
I pull out the flaming raging poisonous sword of doom,
Wait.
and in the loudest voice I can, I say, "Let go!"
Right.
Can I like take my bow and like shoot his hands? Like so maybe he'll drop it.
If that's what you want to do.
Just so, like.
You want to shoot him in the hand?
Yeah, I mean his hands are already bloody and but
Fair point.
uh,
You've got cure wounds.
yeah, I'll just heal him up. I'll hurt him and then I'll heal him. Yeah,
All
fair
right.
trade.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so wait, which bow do I want to use?
The one that you have, the Happy Fun Time bow.
Happy Funtime bow?
Mhm.
Yay!
Oh, you're going to use the rose gold one?
Yeah, I think so.
We have oodles and oodles of dice. It's fun.
That's always fun. It's so much fun to roll dice, right?
Yeah.
18.
18 on the dice.
For the
plus
attack roll?
6 to hit, so 24.
That definitely
Yeah,
hits.
24 on the attack roll. Oh, dude, did I show you these?
Oh, those are the big ones, right?
It's-
Yeah. Those
yeah.
look cool.
Giant D20. Giant D6. Giant D8.
He has a whole set of giants now.
I have a whole giant set of dice.
That's awesome. Yeah, those look cool, man. Let's see.
Yeah, I'll bring them over tomorrow.
Awesome. I'm excited to see those.
Alright, so
How much
I'm
damage dice did you get?
yelling at him.
Or were you just trying to do non-lethal, right?
Well,
Yeah,
oh, yeah, non-lethal, but, I mean,
I just
she's
want-
still shooting him. So
Yeah.
do the 2d6 plus 4.
2d6.
Here, roll the teeny tiny one and roll the giant one.
Cool.
Okay.
There he is.
Teeny tiny. 4 and 2. 4, 6.
Okay, so-
6.
6 damage.
Okay,
Like
so
the big one has a big number and the small one has a small number.
so it hits him in the hands, and it goes kind of through one and then the other, and he drops this orb. Are you still touching it with your mage hand? Like, are you...
I wanna,
What?
yeah, I'm still touching it with my mage hand. I want to grab it. And
Okay, so
I
you'd be
wanna
able to kind of
grab it and
catch
not
it
let it
before it
shatter.
falls, yeah. Okay, so you
Yeah.
hold, so you grab it. It's about the size of one of the Namekian Dragon Balls.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're able to successfully catch it, and then
So
it looks like he's just kind of looking around after it's out of his grasp. Like he's looking around, he's looking up and down in the room, and he looks back at you. Oh, what am I? What is this place? I haven't seen it. Are we in the mines?
I kind of.
Hmm?
Yeah, we're in the mines. You found some necromantic bullshit, and it kind of took you over for a minute. Is it all right if I heal you?
He looks down at his hands. He's like, "Oh, damn, yes." And he just kind of look.
Right,
He's,
and then,
he's like, "Well, let's go back." I mean, ow, ha ha ha.
I'll go ahead and burn 6 points of my lay on hands pool.
Okay. So you do that, and then it heals
Yeah,
him,
and
and
just
you see
Heal him
his
up a little bit.
fingernails magically start to bend back into place, and even though there's still blood on the hands, it looks like the wounds are all healed.
Mhm.
Yeah, and now
Okay.
and now your mage hand is holding on
Do you have
to.
mending?
How long does mage hand last? Is it as long as concentration lasts?
Should be the.
She's gonna cast mending on his fingernails
Okay.
because why not?
Because it heals and they're all back into
I did
place.
hurt him, so I should probably help heal him.
Yeah, why not?
A fair trade.
I was just looking up the rules for Mage Hand.
So he's
okay, it's 1 minute.
I'm checking Mage Hand right
Yeah,
now.
it's 1 minute, and it's not on concentration. It doesn't say that, so it's just a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Right. Okay.
So it's holding on to it, and you're not physically touching it.
Yeah, it can't attack, activate magic items, or carry more.
Okay.
Right. So, I'm going to... Huh. Okay, I guess we look around for a pedestal?
It's
what we
right
did with
behind.
these orbs, right? There's a pedestal that will gate to the abyss.
You see, right in front of where he's standing, there is a pedestal.
Oh, there's one right there.
That's what he was running towards.
Do we have to like pick it up with like a cloth or something, like our nose, or some type of?
Yeah, grabbing it with our bare hands or something like that would mean that we'd have to do a wisdom saving throw, and it might, screw us over.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, this is sketchy. I haven't seen one of these in months. Should we destroy the orb, or do you think we should risk opening it and finding out what's on the other side? I mean, you remember where we got this, and I tapped the hilt of my flaming raging poisonous sword of doom.
Yes.
That was just one area of this place. This thing could open anywhere.
It could be worse.
It could be worse. It could be the same. It could be better. We don't know. But if something is trying to get in, then maybe it's better to kill it where it lives.
I agree. It's better to kill it before some other war starts.
Yeah. So, tell you what, I'll stay here. I'll, keep an eye on the orb. Why don't you go get the others? Go get Hey You, Shadeleaf. Hell, grab Brimlick if you can. He's itching to fight. And this thing just messed up one of his cousins.
Okay. I'm gonna turn it on.
Alright, so she gathers them, and as you all gather back down below in the area, that's where we're going to call it for the night.
Awesome.
And, yeah, we'll see how this turns out for everybody next time. Hopefully in a week, if you guys have free time for it.
Yeah, I don't think we have anything next weekend.
That's not so funny.
The one after this one.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. I'm on what day, Ding Dong?
Saturday and Sunday.
Thank you, Captain Ding Dong. It's more exciting, so this should be fine. Yeah.
Cool. Then we'll continue
All right.
that storyline then. So I'll do the wrap up for the episode. So guys, thanks for watching. This has been another episode of the Probably Something Terrible D&D adventure. Hope you guys are enjoying it, and we'll just continue it next time from where we are, so stay tuned.